Hello, welcome back to Defense Info, one stop solution for all your defense need. Friends, today I bring you the political science capsule. This is a compilation of questions from important topics, and friends, I'm telling you, this will be a score booster and it will be a revision video for your UPSC Combined Defense Service Examination 01 2022. And friends, watch this video full, and it is totally based on the question which are coming from the past year, as well as all the topics, the important topics there in the syllabus. I have bring all the questions from there and covering all the important topics, so watch it till the end. So friends, first question: which one of the following is the latest addition to the list of fundamental duties under the Constitution of the India? So first of all, we need to know that fundamental duties is in the Article 51A of the Indian Constitution, that is in the Part 4A. So in this particular option, you will find all the options are there in the fundamental duties, but the option C, to provide opportunity for education to his child or ward between the age of 6 or 14 years, is the right answer, and this is the latest addition to the fundamental duties. So option C is the correct one. Friends, in 2002, what happened? The Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government have brought this 86th Constitution Amendment Act, made the following changes to new article, that is article 21A, that also says like this is the right to education. Okay, right to education become a fundamental right, and from any age group to 6 to 14, the right to education is compulsory, and to provide opportunity for education, and this is the duty was added in the 86th Amendment Act. Very important, friends. Next question: in which one of the following cases did the Supreme Court hold that the harmony and the balance between the fundamental rights and the directive principle of the state policy is essential feature and of the basic constitution of basic structure of the Constitution? So first of all, friend, the Supreme Court mandate that, as per the Keshavananda Bharti case versus the state of Kerala, that the means you cannot amend the constitution unlimitedly. I mean, you cannot amend the constitution, the basic principle of the constitution. But as per this Supreme Court hold, the harmony should be balanced between both the fundamental rights and directive principle. That states in the Minerva Mills case, and that is in the 1980. So in this case, the Supreme Court also held that Indian Constitution founded the bedrock of the balance between the fundamental rights and the directive principle. They together constitute the core of commitment to social revolution. They are like two wheels of the chariot, one no less than the other. To give absolute primacy to one over the other is to disturb the harmony of the Constitution, and this is what the goal was set up between the directive principle. And friends, next question: which one of the following writs can be issued against the both the public authority as well as the private individual or the body? So is it habeas corpus, it is probation, or quo warranto? So friends, the option 1, that is the B option, is the correct one, the habeas corpus. And friends, the reason why I will explain you in a brief. See, first of all, friends, these writs are there in the Article 32 of the Indian Constitution. This writs is also known as, this Article 32 is also known as the heart and soul of the Indian Constitution. And friends, in case of violation of any fundamental right, you can directly go to the Supreme Court as per this writs, and you can, friends, these writs are generally classified into 5 components. First is habeas corpus. Now first I will talk about the habeas corpus. That means the court ordered the arrested person should be presented before it. Okay, you cannot detain or any punish the person unlawfully, right? It can be in the order to set free an arrested person if his manner or ground of arrest is unlawful. Okay, it's not lawful or satisfactory. And friends, then this can be mandated by both the private as well as the government public. Okay, so mandamus, the writs issued when the court finds that the particular office holder is not doing legal duty, thereby is infringing on the right of the individual. Okay, if you are not doing your legal duty, okay, thereby your in like right like if someone is not thereby is even infringing your right of an individual, then mandamus is follow. Okay, see, habeas corpus means to have a body, mandamus to give a command. Okay, just remember, to command the authority. Okay, if they are not doing legal duty. Now provision is the rate that is issued by higher court. Suppose the higher court, like high court or the supreme court, when a lower court has considered a case which is going beyond its jurisdiction. Okay, and quo warranto, friends, quo warranto is quite different. It is like if a court finds that a person is holding office but is not entitled to hold that office, then it issue a writ quo warranto and restrict that person for acting from the office holder. Like if a person is like having holding some office which he not possess the right, then court can do their job. Okay, non statutory, it is the under the rest under the writ which the court orders a lower court or the another authority to transfer a matter pending before it to the higher court. Okay, so friends, now talking about the next question. An open competition system of selection and recruitment of civil servant was introduced by what? So as you know, friends, it was Charter Act 1833, that is 1853, and option A is the correct. And Charter Act of 1853 was introduced to open competition system of selection and recruitment of the civil servant. Very important. And friends, the covenanted civil service was thus thrown open to Indians also, and according to Macaulay Committee, the Committee of Indian Civil Service was appointed in 1854. Now friends, the Constitution of India, which one of the following bodies recommended the Santhanam Committee report, that is in 1962 to 1964. In this particular report, Central Vigilant Commission was recommended. So option B was correct option. So Central Vigilance Commission is the main agency for preventing corruption in the central government. Okay, it was established in 1964 by an executive resolution of the central government, and its establishment was recommended by Sanathanam Committee on Prevention of Corruption. And thus originally the CVC was neither a constitutional body nor a statutory body. Okay, so it's an extra legislative body, and later in 2003 the parliament enacted a law conferring a statutory status on the CVC. So it's now a statutory status, and friends, statutory status is gained when the parliament by act of an parliament a body established. Okay, it is not in the constitution but it a act of a parliament. Now friends, which one of the following provision was or were part of the Government of India Act 1935? Is it the establishment of All India Federation with autonomy to provinces, right to vote for all persons residing in British India, or introduction of dietary at center? Okay, so in this 1 and 3 is correct, friends. Right to vote for all person residing in British in India was not there. The dietary was there at the central level, that is a basic thing, and All India Federation with autonomy to the provinces. So if we go more detail on it, so first I will discuss that the act was established on the establishment of All India Federation. A new system of government was province on the basis of provincial autonomy, and the federation was to be based on the union of provinces of British India and princely state. And the federation legislature and 6 of it was of the 11 provisional legislature became bicameral. Okay, so 6 out of 11 provincial legislature became bicameral. That is also very important. And friends, representative of the state were not to be elected by the people but appointed directly by the rulers. That you need to know. And even only 14% of the total population in British India was given right to vote. Not everybody. Okay, and abolition of provincial dietary and introduction of dietary at center. So just remember that. And abolition of Indian Council and introduction of advisory body in its place. Elaborate safeguard and protective instrument for minorities. Supremacy of British Parliament and increase in the size of legislature. Division of subjects into 3 lists. retention of communal electorate. And also remember friends, the Government of India Act 1935 is a blueprint to the Indian Constitution, because most of the things were taken from this particular act. Okay, that's why it's also known as blueprint of the Indian Constitution. Now friends, which one of the following amount to a violation of any fundamental duties and enshrined in the Constitution? Okay, so fundamental duty enshrined in the Constitution. What is the violence? See, not casting vote in an election, encouraging between different section of people on the ground of language or religion, trade in rare or endangered species. So not casting in an election, it is not enshrined. Okay, talking about two, encouraging the enmity of different section of people of the ground. So option C is the correct. Option C means your 1 and 3 is correct. Not casting the vote in an election. So I'm sorry, it is written violation of any fundamental duties and relation. So violation will be not casting vote in an election and trade in rare and endangered species. Okay, so these are two things, and the rest second is correct. So, which one of the following part of the right to freedom under the fundamental right? So, right to freedom under the fundamental right. So, just remember, right to practice any profession. This is there in the freedom of the right to freedom. Right to move out of the country, or you can settle anywhere in the country, or right to elimination education. See, 1 and 2 is correct. Okay, but remember, move out of the country, it's not the freedom. Move within the country anywhere. So option D is also correct. Okay, I mean elementary education is also correct, and everything is correct. Okay, so just you need to know friends. See, here it is given right to freedom. Okay, right to freedom means you have freedom. To right to freedom is come from the article 19 to 22. So elementary education is given in the article 21. A right to move out of the country, it is given in the article 19, and right to practice any profession, it is also given in the article 19. See, all are correct. Okay, now 19, you see basic freedoms. First, that you have right to freedom and expression, peaceful assembly without any harm, to associate or association or union, to form any association, move throughout the country in the territory of India, to settle any part of the territory of India, to practice any profession or to carry any profession. Okay, you can move out of the country if you are legally basis. Okay, and 21, to friends, it is the court have the right to free movement is a vital element of personal liberty, and right to free movement includes right to travel abroad. So it is in the article 21. Okay, in more specific manner. Okay, and this is add in the Maneka Gandhi's case 1978. Okay, 21A I just say right to elementary education. 22 is protection of the people who have been arrested or detained in certain cases. Which article of the Constitution safeguard one's right to privacy? So right to privacy is right to life. So that is in the article 21. That is option B. So just remember, the Constitution of the India guarantees the right of life and personal liberty to in the part 3 under the category of right to freedom from 19 to 22, right to life and personal liberty in accordance to the procedure established by the law and guaranteed by the article 21 of the Indian Constitution. And this right is available for both citizen and non-citizen. So article 21, friends, it was expanded in the through the judicially by the KS Potoswamy, the retired, versus the Union of India, and has been proven a landmark judgment and given the decision whether right to privacy is a constitution protected or not. Then 9-member judge have given a landmark judgment that right to life and personal liberty is under the article 21. Even the right to privacy has been protected intrinsically within this article 21. Now friends, talking about the next question, which one of the following is a characteristic of the parliamentary form of government? Very important, you need to know what is parliamentary form of government, what is presidential form of government. Okay, so parliamentary form of government, so sovereignty of Indian Parliament, presence of nominal and real executive, collective responsibility of the executive to the legislative. So all options are correct apart from the sovereignty of Indian Parliament. Now why it is, let me explain in this video. See, the Constitution has opted the British parliamentary form of government. Okay, it is generally having coordination and cooperation between legislative and executive organs. The feature of this parliamentary government of India are the presence of nominal and real executive, majority party rule, collective responsibility of executive to the collective responsibility of executive to legislative, membership of the ministry in the legislative, leadership of the prime minister or the chief minister, a chief minister in case of state legislative, dissolution of the lower house in case if there is majority fail in the no confident moment, ठीक है, to put about their bring their strength, ठीक है, in the presence of government. So Indian constitution maintains a proper synthesis between the principle of parliamentary sovereignty and the American principle of judicial supremacy. That is the reason you see in this question sovereignty of Indian parliament. See, sovereignty of Indian parliament not there. It is there in the British, probably if anything passed from there, it is generally become a law. But in India, you have two organs. Okay, you have the judicial. You have this organ of legislative. In case if anything is passed from the legislative, okay, it can be challenged in the court in case if it is not under the guidance or under anything which is not with the mandate of the Indian constitution, then you can go to the judiciary and you can also repeal that bill. But this is not possible in the British parliament. Okay, so we have a jumble up between parliament, the parliamentary sovereignty and American principle of judicial supremacy. Okay, so that's why we have independent judiciary and judicial review is also there. Okay, so this is very important, and this is the case that limitation of sovereignty of Indian parliament includes the written charter of the Indian constitution of India. And friends, the federal provision contained in the system of the judicial review, okay, and that can be possessed by the apex court of the country, that is the Supreme Court. Okay, so Supreme Court is the apex court. And right to freedom of religion is under the constitution of state that a person cannot be forced to attend religious instruction in the state recognized by educational institute. A free trade, free or tax cannot be levied by government on religious endowment and pilgrimage. See, first is there is no tax. If you are going to any religious thing or any like any religious temple, or if you're doing if you're going anywhere, okay, so any religious endowment you don't need to pay any tax, okay, and a person cannot be leaved to attend any religious instruction. So this is instruction that is state recognized. Okay, this is option A is correct. You cannot force anyone, but a free or tax cannot be laid. So is it incorrect? So option 1 is the correct answer for this. Okay, so option A is the correct. So just remember the thing. See, first I will begin with Article 27. Lay downs, no person can be compelled to pay any tax for the promotion or maintenance of any particular religion. This provision prohibits only levy of tax or not a fee. Okay, you can be levy from the tax but not the fees. Okay, there will be no tax that you have to give for that, but it is not ki like fee maaf ho jayega, right? So this is because of the purpose of fee is controlled by secular administration of religion institution, not to promote or maintain the religion. A fees can be levied on the pilgrims to provide them some special services or safety measures. And similarly, a fees cannot be laid on religious endowment for meeting of regular regulation expenditure. So just remember. And friends, in Article 28 it is clearly written, no religious instruction shall be provided in any educational institute wholly maintained out of the state fund. It is very important question, very important article. However, this provision shall not be applied to any educational institute administered by the state but established under an endowment or trust. See, if any religious minority institution is there, such thing will be not such thing will not be applied. Okay, so this is the thing which is given. And friends, under the Constitution of India, to protect monument and places and object to artistic or historic interest which are declared to be of national importance is a dash. Is a value entrenched in the preamble of the Indian Constitution or it is the sorry friends, it is the protect of monument. It is given in the directive principle of the state policy. There are so many things which have been given on the directive principle, and friends, article 49 says that you need to protect your monument, place, object and artistic historical interest. Okay. Now friends, which one of the following implicates the imposition of precedent rule in a state? So, precedent rule is given in the Article 256 of the Indian Constitution. So, Article 256 says if there is a breakage, or if there is the constitutional machineries are not working in a particular state properly under the guideline of the Indian Constitution, then you can impose the precedent rule. The government report will be sent and president will be imposed the precedent rule. Now president can dismiss the state of council of minister headed by the chief minister. The parliament passes the state budget and the state legislative bill. Yes, two can be done. President dismisses the council of minister headed by the minister. Is it? Yes, it can be. It can be. In case the government when falls, or the government falls, they can dismiss the state of the council of minister, because that time they automatically resign. When the government falls, they have to resign. President can dismiss it. Parliament can also pass the state budget, but whether the power function of the concerned state high court are taken over the by the Supreme Court, no. This is incorrect. Option B is correct, 1 and 2. And friends, talking about the president acquired the following extraordinary powers. So what president extraordinary power they acquire under this president rule? See, he can take up the function of the state government and power vested in the governor or any other executive authority in India. Okay, he can take up the functions. He can declare the power of the state legislative are to be exercised by the parliament. When state legislative is not in the process, the parliament can form law in the state legislative assembly. State list, in the state list, he can take all other necessary steps, including the suspension of the constitutional provision relating to any body or the authority in the state. Therefore, when the president rules is imposed in a state, the president dismisses the state council minister headed by the chief minister. So just need to be remember this, very important. And the state governor on behalf of the president carries on the state administration with the help of chief secretary of the state or the advisors appointed by the president. Okay, the president either suspend or dissolve the state legislative assembly. He can either suspend it or he can dissolve the state legislative assembly. Even the parliament passes the state legislative bill, even or the state budget. It noted that a president cannot assume to be himself the power vested in the concerned state or the concerned high court, or suspend the provision of the constitution relating to that. In other words, the constitution position of status, power, function of the concerned state head remains the same even during the president rule. Okay. Now friends, consider which one of the following regarding the right to education. So right to education is given in the article 21A, and it places the obligation on the state to provide free and compulsory education of all children at the age 6 to 14 years. Okay. The right is available only to citizens, not to foreigners. Is it? See, article 21 is even also applicable for the foreigner. So only one option is correct, rest other is incorrect. Article 156 of the Indian Constitution that provides the governor shall hold the office term for 5 years from the date of which he enters upon his office. Which one of the following cannot be deduced from this? See, no governor can be removed from office till the completion of his term. No, he is appointed. Okay, it is deemed to be said that he will be appointed for 5 years, but in between he can be removed or transferred to another state as well. Okay, no governor can continue beyond 5 years. They can continue in case if what happen if the next governor is not been appointed. Okay, so what of the option is correct? Neither one or neither two. So friends, according to article 156, the government shall hold office during the pleasure of president. Remember, it is not written 5 years, but it is deemed as a term of 5 years they get appointed. Okay, but they generally take the office during the pleasure of the president of India. Okay, even the government may writing under his hand address to the president his resignation. Okay. Consider following statement with the reference of Indian Parliament. The Parliament comprises of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha only. No. Parliament consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha as well as the President of India. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha comprises of both elected and nominated member. Yes, because in Lok Sabha two nominated members of Anglo-Indian community get nominated, but in Lok Sabha this has been discontinued. This has been discontinued, but in Rajya Sabha nominated member are there. The members in the Rajya Sabha are nominated by the presiding officer of the house. Okay, so the member of the Rajya Sabha are nominated by the presiding officer of the house. No, the who nominated the president of India nominate 12 member on the base of art, culture, science. Okay, so which options are correct? So option D, no, none of the options are correct. Okay, the president appoint the member, nominated member, not the vice president. Okay, presiding officer is the vice president. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha comprises of both. No. Okay, this is also wrong and first option is wrong, so none of the option is correct. 79 say president, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Okay, it is three body. Okay, Lok Sabha has elected members only. Remember, previously there was two Anglo-Indian community who were nominated by the President of India, but this has been discontinued from the by the article Constitution Amendment Act 126. And friends, in Rajya Sabha 233 members are there, 12 are nominated by the President of India, and this is the thing. And part 80 also says that President can nominate 12 members, okay, in the Rajya Sabha. And this is the thing, friends. Which one of the following is incorrect about question hour in the proceeding of Parliament? So incorrect about question hour. Okay, in this question hour you can put up questions, and friends, every there is only 1 hour reserved for it, and you can ask star question, unstar question, and you can also ask short notice question. Okay, so which is incorrect of the proceeding? It is used by the cabinet ministry in the sitting of the cabinet committee. No. Parliament exercises the control over the function of the Council of Ministers through question hour. The first hour of sitting in the Lok Sabha is devoted to question hour. Okay, so option A is correct. It is cabinet minister in the sitting of cabinet committee. Okay, it is used by cabinet ministry in the sitting of cabinet committee. Okay, it is incorrect. Okay, so you can the Parliament exercise over the control of the function of Council of Minister through hour. It is correct. First hour is reserved to the question hour. The member can ask question on every aspect of administration, government and activity. This is also correct. Only one is incorrect. Okay, so option A. Question hour is the first hour of every sitting. Usually the member asks the questions. Member of the Parliament, okay, member of the particular house asks the question. Okay, this can be starred, unstarred or short notice. Means it can be on the oral basis, it can be unstarred, or it can be written basis, or short notice type where 14 days or some particular interval of time is given to answer that particular question. Which one of the following is being prohibited under the right of a right against exploitation? Article 23, Article 24 says like there have been right like against the exploitation. So unequal pages of wages, traffic in human beings, manual scavenging, child labor or forced labor. So which are the points are being given? So first of all, we need to know what happens. See, generally you see children's right has been exploited. Okay, you cannot send any to labors above like below 14 years. Okay, so traffic in human beings are there. Okay, it is also been prohibited. Okay, child labor is prohibited, forced labor is prohibited, unequal payment is not prohibited, manual scavenging is not been prohibited. So option C would be the correct option for this. The constitution mentioned the three specific evil and declare these illegal. Traffic in human being or person is prohibited under the Constitution of India, Article 23(1), or it also prevent the forced labor. And Article 24, what it said, no child below age of 14 years shall be employed or to work any factory or employed no hazardous employment. Okay, finally the Constitution also provides the child labor. The Supreme Court has original and exclusive jurisdiction in matter of which one of the following election dispute. So yeah, office of president, yes, if there is any dispute in the office of president, Supreme Court have an eye on it. The vice president office, if there is any dispute, election dispute, yes, The Supreme Court has an eye on it. But election of member of parliament and state legislative, the High Court have the authority, not the Supreme Court. See, option 1 and 2 is the correct, so option B is the correct one. Now friends, the Supreme Court have exclusive and original jurisdiction in case of president, vice president, whereas High Court have this original and exclusive dispute relating to the election of the member of the parliament and the state legislative assembly. So just remember, there are 25 high courts in the India. That's why high courts have plural, okay? And there is only one Supreme Court, that is the apex court of all. And friends, talking about the next question, which consider which one of the following statement about the Indian Constitution, okay, are correct. So the Indian Constitution confer the right of religious community to set up their own school and colleges. Indian Constitution give authority to the state to enforce a particular religion. No. Option 1, option A is correct. Okay? So the intervention of the state can be also in the form of support. The Indian Constitution grant the right to religious community to set up their own school and colleges. And the state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away religious freedom of the individual. Okay? Which one of the following objectives clearly embodied in the preamble of the Indian Constitution? Okay? Just remember, preamble of the Indian Constitution. Okay? So equality of status on opportunity, fraternity, assuring dignity of individual, unity and integrity of the nation, social, economic, political justice, all of this been entitled. And which one of the considered statement, the preamble states that the Constitution derive its authority from the President of India. The preamble declares that the India to be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic polity. So which are correct? Okay. Second statement, is it correct? And the first statement, the preamble state that the Constitution derived its authority from the President of India. Is it? No. Option 2 only correct. Okay, it's not the President of India. It is not the President of India. Preamble states it is actually not. Okay. So we the people of India have solemnly resolved to the Constitution constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, and to secure all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. And friends, in our Constitution Assembly in the 26th date November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact and give ourselves to the Constitution. So enact, it was adopted in this particular 1949 26th November. It is also known as Constitution Day. So friends, also remember कि there are something which are been added later, ठीक है, like socialist, secular and the socialist, secular, this was not there in the Constitution before, ठीक है. And integrity term, ठीक है, you will find there is a term of integrity in this Constitution, ठीक है. This was also not there initially when the Constitution was formed, but in the 42nd amendment, which is also known as mini Constitution, this three thing has been added, okay? And this question has also came in the CDS. Now friends, consider the following with the reference of anti-deflection law. It states that a MLA and MP to change political party for initial 6 months only. It restrict the decision of the whip should be adhered by the MLAs and MPs, okay? So option B is correct, okay, because decision you have to, if whip has been published, you have to adhere to it, okay? So anti-deflection law very important. Even in the schedule number 10 it is given, very detailed it is given. The Constitution can be amended to prevent elected MLAs MP for changing parties. This has been done because many elected representatives were indulged in defection, anti-defection in order to become the minister or for cash rewards, okay? So now the law says that if an MLA or MP changes party, she will lose the seat of the legislature, okay? At the same time, this has made any dissent even more difficult. MPs and MLAs have to accept whatever the party leader decide. Consider which one of the following is the reference to 7 schedules. So 7 schedules say that we have federal list, we have state list and we have concurrent list, okay? So the union list, generally union and these both union and state government can make laws on concurrent list. Yes, it is correct. Agriculture, police, trade, commerce are the subject of state list. Is it? Both union government and state government has the power to legislate on the subject of residuary list. Is it? So option B is correct. 1 and 2 correct. See, residuary list, it's not subject to any two government. It is generally union government which make. Okay, this residuary wala part. Now friends, talking about the 7th schedule in the glance, there are 52 subject in the concurrent list. Very important, just you need to adhere. And both the union parliament as well as the state legislative has the power to legislate over this subject listed in the concurrent list. In case of conflict, the legislation on the concurrent subject between state law and the union law will be prevailed. Okay, if there is any conflict, union law will be prevailed. And state list consists of the state of local importance like police, trade, commerce, agriculture, irrigation. Okay, the state government can alone make law relating to subject mentioned in the state list, subject that do not fall in any of the three lists, subject that come up after the constitution was made are the residuary subject. See, residuary subject when which are generally not in that list, but it is made after the constitution is formed. These are residuary subjects, very important thing. And according to this constitution, the union government has the power to legislate it on the residuary objects. Okay. Now friends, territory of India includes the territory of state, union territories only. The name of the state and the union territory and their territorial extent are mentioned in the first schedule of the constitution. Union of India is a wider expression than the territory of India. So here option 2 only correct, rest 2 are not correct, only 2 is correct. Now why, I will tell you. See, article 1 say that the territory of India can be classified into three things: territory of the state, union territory, and territory that may be acquired by the government at any time. Okay, by any time, like you can say even any time. If they acquired, suppose if they acquired the Jammu and Kashmir, the part of Sindh of Pakistan. Okay, so it will be a part of India then. Okay, the name of state and union territories that their territorial extent are mentioned in the first schedule of the Indian Constitution. Territory of India is a wider expression than the Union of India because the latter include only the state, while former includes not only the state but also the union territories that may be acquired to the government of India at any further time. 8th schedule says what? Recognize which for particular language: English, Sanskrit, Maithili, Hindi. Yes, all of them they mention. Okay, so option C is the correct one. Okay, sorry, English is not there. Rest Sanskrit, Maithili or Hindi is there. English is not there. Okay, so let me discuss about this. So initially 14 languages were present. Okay, now there are 22 languages. So initially Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Uriya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. Okay, English was not recognized under the under the 8th schedule, but it is an official language of the Indian Constitution, even though it is the official language of India. Okay, Sindhi was added by the 21st amendment of 1967, and Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali were added in the 71st. Just remember 21st, 71st, these languages were added. And very important friends, the Bodo, Dogri, Maithili, Santali, okay, were added in the 92nd amendment of the Constitution 2003. And friends, now article 1 deals about the formation of new state, alteration of area boundaries, name of existent, no. Okay, article 3 suggests that, and article 123 deals with the promulgate ordinance of the recession of the house. So only B option is correct. So article 1 deals with the name and the territory of India. Okay, and article 3 formation of new state and alteration of area boundary or the names of the existing state. Article 123 deals with the power of the president to promulgate ordinance. Okay, so during the recess of parliament. Now friends, citizenship, very important. Which one of the following is respect to correct? Citizen can be defined the full and equal membership of a political community. Citizenship indicates the relationship between the community or the nation time. In modern times, citizen is given to the homogeneous group of people who have shared history and unique culture. Citizen is the equality of status. So it indicates the community and nation state. It defines the full and equal membership of the political community. Okay, when you acquire the citizenship, your fundamental right will be increased. ठीक है. So you will be getting more access, ठीक है, to being a member. ठीक है. Political community, if you wanted to join a political community, you need to be a citizen of India. ठीक है. So it give full access, equal and opportunities. So just remember, the most widely accepted definition is full and equal membership of political community. Citizenship status of a person recognized under this custom or law is a legal member of sovereign state and belonging to the state. Citizenship indicates the relationship between the individual nation state. Normally the individual is conferred protection by the state in return for the fulfillment of the certain obligation. ठीक है. So these are fixed or see relation, this citizenship never be fixed or static. ठीक है. They are common elements, they can vary considerably as well, and often this is also referred as heterogeneous society for common nation identity like India and USA. ठीक है. And citizenship is the equality of status as well as right. Status and right both it provides. Which one of the following may result to in the loss of the citizenship of the Indian constitution? Indian citizen. ठीक है. Citizen, if you can lose your citizen, there are way to lose your Indian citizen. So is it by voluntary acquiring the other? Yes, you will be losing that. The citizen has ordinary resident out of India for 7 years continuously. Is it if the citizen has shown disloyalty to the constitution of India? Okay. So in this option, friends, all are correct. All are correct. If like if you do so, you will be losing the country. If you are disloyal, you will be not a like part of this constitution of India. Your citizenship will be thrown away. And friends, this act of 1955 prescribed 3 ways: renunciation, termination and deprivation. Under this, when citizenship voluntarily loses citizenship for say is consciously or knowingly or without any duress, undue influence or compulsion acquired the citizenship of the another country, or his citizenship is automatically terminated. You acquire it, you are automatically will terminate it, because India believe in single citizenship. Okay. However, this do not applies during a war in which India is engaged. Deprivation is compulsory termination of Indian citizenship by central government. See, citizen has obtained the citizenship by fraud. If you are by fraud, you have attained, you will be cancelled. If you have shown disloyalty to the Constitution of India, it will be cancelled. Unlawful traded community within the enemy during a war, it will be cancelled. Citizen has 5 year like within the 5 year registration or naturalization been imprisoned in any country for 2 years, his will be cancelled. Citizenship has been ordinary resident out of India for 7 years continuously, that will be cancelled for sure. Now the Prime Minister National Relief Fund is operated by which one of the following body? It is operated by Prime Minister's Office. So PMO is the correct answer. Option A is the correct. The provision of the reservation to backward classes of citizen which are not adequately represented in India in the state. So it is what? Reservation to backward classes of citizen which are not adequately represent in the state is Article 16. So Article 16 is the correct answer. The total number of members in the Union of Council of Ministers shall not exceed the 15% of the total member present in the Lok Sabha. Okay? So option D is the correct one. Next, it is also remember 91st Constitution Amendment make it clear compulsion that the total ministry will not including the Prime Minister in the Council of Ministers shall not exceed 15% of the total members of the Lok Sabha. See, also remember the Prime Minister an appointed post. Okay? Prime Minister generally won an election. Okay? He has been a member of the Lok Sabha. Okay? But he is a member of the Parliament, the Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha, but it is an appointed position. Okay? 73rd Constitution Amendment Act 1992 has given practical effect to what? ठीक है, practical effect to directive principle of state policy. Panchayat was formed. ठीक है, so option B is the correct. So 73rd practical shape to the Article 40 of the Constitution which say the state shall step to organize village panchayat and endow them such power and authority that may be necessary to enable them to function unit of self-government. This article was a form of the part of directive principle of the state policy. Which one of the following statement given the incorrect? DPSP are not justiciable in nature. Say this is correct. They are non-justiciable by nature. Fundamental right mainly protect the right of an individual while directive principle ensure the well-being of the society. This is also correct. Right to property is a part of basic structure of the Constitution. No, it is a legal right that you will be getting, and that is in the Article 300A. It has been removed from the main fundamental right and it is placed to the legal right. And friends, this done in the 42nd Amendment Act. ठीक है. And Parliament can enforce fundamental duties with necessary legislation. No. ठीक है. It is correct. I mean it is correct. Only option C is incorrect. ठीक है. So this is the reason, friends. It is added, and no one shall be deprived from the property except the authority of law. So who has the power to annulment or suspension of act, resolution of the constitution of of the autonomous district and regional council? Who has the authority? The friends, the governor has the authority to do so. He has the power to do so. Okay. Which one of the following is not related to the power of the government? See, they don't have diplomatic and military power. ठीक है. Rest he can appoint advocate general. ठीक है. Summon proroguing of the state legislature, power to grant, deprive, rescinde or remission of punishment. So option A is the correct. He is not related to the diplomatic and military power. Which one of the following regard the ordinance making of the power of the government? So yes, it is mentioned in the 213 of the Indian Constitution. This is correct. The government may withdraw the ordinance anytime. The ordinance power can be exercised when the legislative assembly is not in session. It is correct. The aid and advice of the minister is not required to be declaring the ordinance. This is incorrect. Aid and advice is required. And friends, universal adult franchise is given in under which article? It is given in the article number 326, which grant that all if any adult with age 18 or plus can cast vote, okay, in the election. Okay, so it's very important, very important. An adult citizen is entitled to cast vote, okay, in a state legislative unless the citizen is convicted or certain criminal offences or deemed unsound mind. Okay. Which one of the following explicitly state the Constitution of India but follow as a convention? Okay, is not explicitly stated in the Indian Constitution but follow as a convention. Finance minister is to be a member of the Lok Sabha. Prime Minister has to resign if he loses the majority in the lower house. All sections of India are to be present in the Council of Minister. Okay? If both President and the Vice President demit the office simultaneously before the end of the tenure, the Speaker of the lower house of the Parliament will officiate as a President. This is totally wrong, friend. Okay? But it is written that stately follows. So Prime Minister, if resign, he will be losing his majority in the house. Okay, has to resign. Okay, so explicitly follow. See, we cannot follow that if both demit the office, the speaker will do this. Okay, so we don't follow here written which is follow. So option B is the correct one. And friends, PM resign if he loses the majority in the house is a convention not mentioned in the constitution. It is not mentioned anywhere. Okay, means if the president resign, the government will topple and next the election will take place. Which one of the following constitution authority inquire decides in case of doubt and dispute arising out of the election or the Vice President of India? So I already told the Supreme Court has the right to authority to if there is any dispute arise in the Vice President election. Okay, option A is the correct. Which one of the following is not correct regarding the office of Vice President? Okay, Vice President is elected by electoral commission of consist of elected member of both the houses. This is absolutely correct. Okay, the Vice President is elected in accordance with the system of proportional representation by the means of single transport vote. Correct. Vice President should be at least 35 years old. The Vice President of the India shall be ex officio chairman of the Council of State and shall not hold any office of profit. So which one of the following is correct, friends? Not correct, friends. So it is the Vice President is elected by electoral college, consists of elected member of both. Sorry, friends, I wanted to correct myself because both the house take place in the representation. Both the nominated as well as the elected member both can cast vote. So option A is the correct one. Who among the following the President, the Prime Minister of India were defeated by the vote of no confidence? Okay. So we all know, friends, it is the option 2 and 3 means the Pratap Singh, VP Singh, HD Govda, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay. Which one of the following statement about Indian judiciary is not correct? The Constitution of India has not provided for double system of court as in the United States. Double system of court as in the United States. Organization of subordinate judiciary in the India varies slightly from state to state. Every state of India has separate high court. Okay? See, every state does not have the separate high court. ठीक है, this is incorrect. ठीक है. Which one of the following prescribe that all proceeding in the Supreme Court shall be in English? ठीक है. So it is an act of Parliament. It is under the Article 348 of the Constitution of India. ठीक है. Which one of the following article of the Indian Constitution deal with advisory jurisdiction? So it is dealt by Article 143, advisory jurisdiction. Remember, the Indian president has this advisory jurisdiction, whereas American president don't have this power. Okay, so he can take, president can take advisory from the Supreme Court directly. Which among the following writs is issued to quash the order of the tribunal? So which court is it is centenary. I've already discussed if there is any like writs is issued to quash the order of the tribunal or a lower court. Okay. Which one of the following criteria is not required to be qualified as appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court? Okay. At least 5 years as a judge of High Court, at least 10 years as an advocate of the High Court, in the opinion a distinguished jurist, at least 20 years in the subjudice. So option D is incorrect. ठीक है. Punji Commission report was related to central state relations. So it is option A. The Honorable Auditor General of India can remove from the office only by the President on the advice of Union Cabinet. Is it the Chief Justice of Supreme Court or President of India after an address in both the house? See, President can remove him, ठीक है, by addressing the in the both the house of the Parliament. ठीक है. Government of which one of the following state has appointed the Rajamnar committee to study the central state relation? ठीक है. So it is done by which? The government of Tamil Nadu. Very very important. ठीक है. Ashok Mehta committee was constituted to make recommendation of which one of the following issues? It is made on the issue of what? Panchayati Raj system. Very very important, and as per that Panchayati Raj must take place. The State Election Commission shall not be appointed by the governor of the state. See, it is actually appointed by the governor of state. ठीक है. The State Election Commission shall have the power of the even to preparing the electoral rolls, besides the power of superintendence and direction of the control of the panchayat. ठीक है. The State Election Commissioner cannot be removed in any manner from his office until he demit himself or complete his tenure. ठीक है. तो friends, option 1 and 2 are correct. ठीक है. See, it is appointed, State Election Commission is appointed by the governor. It is correct. ठीक है. The State Election Commission have the power in the state of Panchayat. ठीक है. This is also covered, but it is written the state of commissioner cannot be removed in any manner from his summit until he demits himself or complete notice. He can also remove by 2/3 majority from both the houses of the parliament. ठीक है. From the both houses of the state. ठीक है. The legislative state legislative or the Simiti. ठीक है. The Simiti, that the second house, the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the state also. ठीक है. So the Honorable Auditor and General hold the office for 6 years or the date he assumed the office, or he can vacate at the age of 65, whichever is earlier. ठीक है. So this is correct. The power of SAG is to derive from the Constitution of India. Yes. SAG is a multiple body. No, he is not a multiple body. ठीक है. And SAG may be removed by the President only on the address of the both houses of the Parliament on the ground of misbehavior or incapacity. So friends, in this question 1 to 4 is correct. Option 3 is incorrect. Which one of the following is a constitution body? See, National Commission of Scheduled Tribe is a constitution body. ठीक है. It is clear. 338B. 338A is the Scheduled Tribe. National Commission for Women, it is statutory body. Constitution, yes, statutory body. Minorities is a statutory body, and National Human Rights Commission is also a statutory body. See, but the first one is a constitutional body. A is the correct. So Attorney General of India is not correct, the statement. He is a first law of officer. It is correct. He is entitled to privilege as a member of parliament. Correct. Whole time counselor, no, it's a part time counselor. He can also do his private things. Okay. So it's option 3. According to the Election Commission of India, in order to be recognized as national party, a political must be treated recognized party at least how many state? At least 4 states. So option C is correct. Audit report of the Controller and Auditor General of India relating to the accounts of the Union shall be submitted to first to the President, then it is present to the Parliament. Which one of the following is not enlisted under the directive principle of the state? Okay, very important. So what is not enlisted from this particular thing? See friends, equal pay, equal work for both men and women, provision for justice, human condition of work of maternity relief, promoting harmony, spirit and common brotherhood. See option D is not there because this is in the duty, fundamental duty. Which one of the following Constitution Amendment Act reduced the age of voting from 21 to 18? That is very historical. 61st Amendment, the Constitution Amendment Act. Option B is correct. With the reference of election to the Rajya Sabha, which one of the following statements is incorrect? Say friends, Rajya Sabha election, see it is single transferable vote is done. Every state has specific quota of seats in the Rajya Sabha. Yes, voter are resident of their specific respective state. Every voter is required to a rank candidate according to their preference. Friends, the option C is correct. See, respective state, resident of the respective state is not that essential criteria, because even you see there are nominated members also been there. Okay, so but the election is take place from the elected members, so it is not mandatory that you have to be registered from that particular state. Okay. Which one of the following describe the coalition government? See, coalition government describes by an alliance which is form a political party after election when no party has formed the clear majority. See, coalition, you know, when there is no party which got the clear majority and they sum up with a different party to form a government, that is known as coalition party. Ordinary bill in the parliament which are incorrect. Ordinary bill can be introduced in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Ordinary bill can be required to pass through Rajya Sabha to become a law. Okay, it have to pass from both the houses, not the Rajya Sabha only. A bill after passing by the both the houses acquired by the assent of the president. This is absolutely correct. A bill is passed from the Rajya Sabha after the president certified it in an ordinary bill. Okay, so option D is incorrect here. Okay, see, ordinary bill is passed through Rajya Sabha to become a law. It has to be passed from the Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha, but yeah, it is mandated to pass in the Rajya Sabha. But the ordinary bills from the Rajya Sabha, after speaker certified it, it become a original bill. It is not. Speaker has to decide whether the bill is money bill or not. He has the only power on that. Okay. A democratic constitution would lose its credibility if what? It is, friends, if it will lose the credibility if the people behind framing the constitution were unelected. Okay. Which one of the following has been described as a conscience of the constitution? Okay. So conscience of the constitution is derived what? The fundamental rights directive principle of the policy, state policy. So this is generally that fundamental is a philosophy of constitution and also the heart and soul of the constitution. So Granville Austin has described this as a conscience of the constitution. So which one of the following is given the correctly match the constitution amendment? 61st. So 61st says the reducement of voting age. Yes, it is correct. 42nd deleted the right to property. No. 44th does that and made the elementary education compulsory as an fundamental right. 86th amendment of the Indian constitution. So see friends, in the here 42nd is the incorrect one, rest two are correct. Which one of the following schedule in the Constitution of India is and its content is not correctly matched? Okay. So schedule number second schedule what? Yes, emolument of important constitution posts. Yes, it is correct. 11 schedule suggests what? Panchayati Raj. It is correct. Fifth schedule is not based on federal structure, friends. Okay. Federal structure is based on the seventh schedule, and eighth schedule is language. It is correct, so option C is incorrect. So just remember friends, fifth schedule of the Indian constitution deals with the administration and control of the scheduled area and scheduled tribe in the any state except 4 state, that is Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya and Mizoram. How can you remember? ATMM. Okay, Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram. So friends, thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like this video, share this video among your friends and fellow defense aspirant, and best of luck for your examination. Email us if you have any query related to defense, and friends, we will meet you very soon with a new video.